Elijah Muhammad and how wise he was. I just want to deal with straight on the topic. The topic we were talking about, educational system, the systems here.
So, so what it is. So what's the problem? You wish you
we're talking about the educational system.
A brother just spoke about doing.
Look, yeah, and he spoke eloquently, and I let him say whatever he wanted to say. Okay, I'm not. I don't want to do that. I've had that once before. The brother just did it quite well. What do you want to say about the educational system in this country?
As far as the educational system of this country, period, I don't give a damn about this country. I pray every day that it can receive exactly what.
I'm not talking about what you. What do you think we should do to fix it? What do you think we should do to fix it?
You're gonna feel it too.
What do you think we should do to fix it?
I ain't worried about a damn thing about this. I'm trying to get a body. I want my.
Why are you calling this show? Why are you calling this show? I don't understand. Why are you calling this show?
Well, you know what? I don't listen to
KPFT. Sometimes I really get tired of the BS.
Yeah. Well, I can relate to that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Jerry. I just wanted to say that, you're talking about it from an African-American point of view.
That's the only way I can.
I know, I realize that, and that's fine. But what I'm saying is that I think that there's a lot of white people out there who think it's working for them, and it's not, and all that. If you actually look at, this goes back to one of the guys that called up and said, look at the country, look at who's running the country, and how supposedly well educated they are, going to these elite colleges and all that, and then look at how the country's being run. That guy made a great point.
Yeah. He did.
And
that was Mr. Egg. Yeah.
That was a great point. And what gets me is that I think the white leadership thinks that people who get brought up in that system are, like twice as smart as everybody else. The problem is, though, is that you can look at some interesting numbers that show that that's not true. And if you actually look at what's happening in education in this country, most white people, their kids get through school, they graduate from high school, and then, a lot of them graduate from college and all that good stuff. You look at what's happened at the general knowledge and skill level of high school and college graduates over the last 20 years and how much it's gone down. And there's some really disturbing studies out there. One was done for the National Center for the Constitution, and 55% of all the college grads could not figure out a 15% tip. You can't make this stuff up. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. Go ahead.
You literally can't make this stuff up. If you go look, the Department of Education, the U.S. Department of Education did a study on college students, and, there was about a 20% drop in their overall knowledge and skill level, 15 to 20% drop in their overall knowledge and skill level over about a 10-year period there. And it's continued to stay down low. It seems to me like, but everybody seems to think everything's okay. There hasn't been any kind of real soundings of just how bad things really are. And like I said, everybody sits there and goes, well, my kid graduated from high school, my kid graduated from college, so they're okay. No, they're not okay. I was going to say one other thing, too, in relation to your talking about people leaving the country. It's funny because you can't get much more white than this once again, but in the back of Kevin Phillips' book, Bad Money, he has a little blurb back there talking about how many people are considering leaving the country. Now, this was, of course, back when George Bush was still in office.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a study done, and several million people said that they wanted to leave. Guess what? None of those people are high school dropouts. They're all well-educated people and people with money and all that who want to pack up and leave. So, it's not like, if you go around and ask people, who are, if you just ask somebody, who's just, working at some minimum wage job, it doesn't even occur to them to leave the country.
No, I have a lot of friends that left for Panama or left for some Caribbean nation or, I don't know, I know a lot of people that have left for places like Ghana or like Geronimo Pratt did for Tanzania. There's a lot of black people, either military training or technical training that have left this country. A lot of working class black people I know have left this country.
Yeah. I was going to say, there is an interesting thing in the Up to Minds blog. He had a response from a guy who actually left the country, and I assume this guy was white, once again, but that may be wrong, but he went to Australia, and he was going to get his PhD in Australia, and of course he didn't have to go into debt. He moved over there, started working, went to school. He already had like a bachelor's degree from over here, and he started going to school, and of course he's getting through school, and then he's going to go teach in Canada, he said, and everything. But, he sat there and said, he urges everybody to basically, he wants to go get like a more advanced education and not, have to pay for it for the rest of their lives, to consider going overseas. So.
Interesting. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate you.
Hey, Clif, and if I could just say one thing, simply put, some people have book sense and some people have common sense. You can be educated and be really book smart, but if you have no common sense on how to survive or open your eyes wide enough to see what's going on, you can read all the history you want, and as you can see, they're rewriting in Texas in the first place, so everything you're getting is not considered educational, and a lot of people are privy to entitlement and privilege, so of course they fall into that mindset. But again, book sense and common sense is two different things.
Okay. Phone number is 713-526-5738. This is not just about education. I don't find any of the systems that supposedly we use as paths to follow within this country, from political to economic to social. I mean, the fact that people who text a lot do it in the wrong place and don't learn very strong verbal skills by doing it the way they do. I mean, none of it's working. None of the social networks are producing very well-rounded, educated people. Going to MIT doesn't make you intelligent. In some ways, if you look at it, it seems like the whole experience dulls the mind and makes it more myopic than it was before it went off to MIT. But anyway, 713-526-5738. KPFT, you're on the air.
Hey, Cliff, how you doing?
All right, how you doing?
Okay, Cliff, let me ask you. I got a two-part question, but it's the same question, but it's asking about the states and outside the states. Black folk in the states of America, where can they go? What city, what state to excel and do well? Outside of America, where could they go to excel?
You mean outside of the United States?
Outside of the U.S., yes.
Yeah, okay, well, all the Caribbean countries that I know of, at least the shall we say, economically developed ones, like Trinidad, like Jamaica, the Bahamas, St. Lucia, all of them. Montserrat has problems with the volcano, but all of them have educational systems to which I personally feel are superior to ours.
Okay.
Especially for the contemporary child.
Okay, now, in America, if you don't go outside the U.S., within America, what would be the place for blacks to excel if they wanted to stay and didn't want to go outside of the country?
That, I can't tell you.
No, okay.
I don't know of a place. Well, if you go to Oregon, you'll find shall we say, a more enlightened social and political system.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how long it'll stay that way.
Okay.
California used to have one in some ways, but it's going broke, and it can't fix its infrastructure like Sacramento is probably going to drown again. When you look at the United States, I can name places outside the United States in the Americas like the Caribbean, but not in the United States. I don't know of any place that's not rapidly dropping in the toilet.
Okay, quick question. If you're going to pick the continent of Africa, which place would it be?
Ghana.
Oh, okay. So
Ghana is having something unusual. It's having an economic boom. It has discovered oil, and it's trying desperately not to use oil the way it was used in Nigeria.
Okay, so Nigeria is out, Uganda is out, Sierra
Leone is just getting over a war. I've heard good things about Liberia. It's also just getting over civil war. Geronimo Pratt picked, in a different era, a place that I would have picked, Tanzania.
Okay.
I've lived in Morocco, and some areas of Morocco I quite like.
Okay.
I'm trying to, a lot of people, Charlene Hunter Galt, a newspaper journalist and writer, she chose South Africa. She has a strong career as a reporter and a journalist in South Africa.
Is South Africa safe?
Yeah. It's safer than downtown Houston, man.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I like Botswana, which is in Southern Africa. You don't necessarily want, the same things you're leaving.
Yeah, well, Cliff, that's true too. But
you want to be able to earn a living, and if you have some skills, I don't mean necessarily running a computer, like if you're a plumber, if you're an electrician, if you have those kind of skills,
you do
offline, you can call me off the air, and I'll give you a whole bunch of places.
Okay. Well, look, when can I call you? When the show is over?
Yeah, call me. Give me 30 minutes, an hour, because I'm going into another show. Just give me and call me back, and I'll give you some information the best I can.
On the same number?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good, Cliff, and I'll talk to you then.
Okay, take care, man.
Okay.
Okay. Wow.